My goodness, my friends, what time of the year is it? We are gonna be 77 degrees today. Good morning. Hey, Roo. Good morning, girls. Good morning. Oh my goodness. Boy, these seeds are looking great. These tomatoes and these pepper plants. Collards are finally looking really good. Collard greens. Looky there, potatoes are coming back up, guys, from that freeze that we had, and I came out here and trimmed them off. Need to get rid of some of that stuff. Yeah, these are little round red taters. Good morning, everyone. So today is January 16th, as you saw from my early morning video. It's going to be about 77 degrees today. We had 40-mile-an-hour winds yesterday blowing up this warm air, but they're speculating, or speculation I should say, that polar vortex is going to return sometime next week. And I saw some talk yesterday about some winter precipitation around the 24th and 25th. You know, we'll see, guys. They were saying that what was it, a couple of weeks back, or back in right before Christmas. So we're just going to kind of hang tight and see what really does happen. So today we're doing some seed starts, and let me show you what I'm getting ready to put in my seed trays. So our last frost date for our area is March 21st, which is actually the first day of spring. I think that's kind of debatable because we've had some late frost and some late freezes the last several years. I think the La Nina pattern is still ongoing, but we'll see. It was supposed to start breaking up around the end of December. We are in a dry pattern right now, guys. We were under a fire danger again yesterday. We're not prepared for that again this year, and we're really praying that we have a different spring and a different summer than we did last year, because the summer was just treacherous. It was dangerously hot, and you all know, if you've been watching, that Greg and I was out there early in the morning, and it got to the point there toward the end where we had to be done around 9:30 or 10 a.m. in the morning because it was just too dead-gum hot to really do anything, and it was very dangerous. So we're really praying that we don't repeat that. So you also know, if you watched my video from the other day, that the Survival Garden Seed Company reached out to us to become an affiliate with them. And so I'm going to start the seeds, some of the seeds they sent me, and we're going to see how well they germinate. I'm going to put their link down in the description. I will tell you that their seeds are extremely competitively priced. The Homesteader pack, I think on the site right now, is $49 for 50 packs of seed, and so that's averaging about a buck a pack. And if you want to know what the varieties are that was in the Homesteader pack, go check out my video. I'll go ahead and link that. And then the Gardener pack had quite a few really nice seeds in them too. So this morning we're going to start some of this Utah celery, because we do have, let's see, we're talking, if our last frost date, we're about a little over 8 weeks away. So a lot of these seeds need to be started 8 to 12 weeks before your last frost date. So we're a little over 8 weeks away, and we want to go ahead and get these started because we feel like we can protect them with our seed starting tables out in the high tunnels. And so that's what that's our intention. So we're going to go ahead and get them started and try to get a jump on some things. So again, we're going to do some of this Utah celery. I'm going to try out this snowy eggplant, and I've had such a hard time with eggplant in the past because I always forgot to sow them earlier in the year, and this is not something you can start in the summer. I've not ever had success starting them at the same time I start my spring seeds. So we're starting some of these eggplant seeds. I'm going to try some of this tatsoi. This looks like it's going to be a great green, and it says it grows in compact rosettes with a sweet, mild flavor. This is going to be similar, I think, to some of our bok choy. I'm going to go ahead and start some parsley, and this is going to go into my Tower of Power. And I'm going to try this lacinato kale. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not, but this has a 2-year life cycle. So hopefully we'll be eating this for a couple of years. Eager to see how this looks. And guys, it looks like a beautiful plant. And then dill, I'm going to go ahead and start some dill because you guys know that we do pickling and stuff when our cucumbers come in. I've had a hard time keeping these going in the heat of the summer, but what I can do is take that Harvest Right freeze dryer and freeze dry this dill, and I can use it with my pickling. We're going to go ahead and start some more Swiss chard. It doesn't look like my chard's coming back in the little high tunnel. I do have a small bunch in the big high tunnel, so I'm going to start some more Swiss chard. I'm going to try this heirloom tomato rainbow mix. I'm excited to see what this is and how this turns out. It says that it's a collection of the gardener's favorite heirloom tomatoes. They are indeterminate. These are indeterminate, meaning they'll keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. And so we're eager to see what this does. It says I'm going to have to soak the seeds for 72 hours. So I can't plant these today. I need to set those aside and get them planted probably sometime in the middle of the week. Let's make sure that these are. So we want to grow some Roma tomatoes. Roma tomatoes were very good in the heat here in Texas. They produced throughout July and August. And another one, though, that was very heat resistant, that was very prolific, was the Enrosa. We did get a couple more of those. Those are very expensive seeds and they're hard to find. But we're also going to grow some Romas. And then the Black Beauty eggplant, ditto on the white eggplant. I always forgot to start these earlier in the year, so I'm looking forward to trying to get these to go this year. Going to get some more arugula started. I'm going to start some basil. This also will go into the Tower of Power. Our Tower of Power is usually our tea herbs and our medicinal herbs and our culinary herbs. So this will be going into that. I'm going to start some more broccoli. I do have some small heads and some small florets out there and the little high tunnel, but it's not what I really was expecting to get because they did get hit by that freeze that we had. So I'm starting more of this, guys. Sugar snap pea. I think that I can go ahead and probably put this in the little high tunnel somewhere. I think that this will be very nicely protected in there. It is a very cool weather loving plant. So we're going to get some of these. Brandywine tomato. Yeah, it doesn't say that I need to soak these for 72 hours, so I can probably start some of these. A Brandywine reminds me of the mortgage lifter. American leek. Guys, I've just had no luck growing leeks, but I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to keep on trying. This garden blend kale, I'm going to start some of it. We do love kale. We do put it in the Harvest Right, and we freeze dry it, and then we make a powder, and this goes into our smoothies. And then I have a culinary mix of basil, so looking forward to seeing what this does. It has the must-have basil varieties for your homestead. It's a blend of Genovese, Italian basil, lemon basil, lime basil, opal basil, Thai basil. So lots of flavor here. Mustard greens. I'm going to go ahead and try some of these here mustard greens. This says 6 to 8 weeks before last frost, so I can get these going and probably pop them in maybe around the 1st of March. And here's that red acre cabbage. You guys know I grow the golden acre cabbage, but I'm going to try this red acre cabbage because I love red cabbage. And so we're going to go ahead and go ahead and put some of these in the ground. It says warming, growing medium to 75 degree, aids in germinate, but remove heat after sprouts appear. So might need to put these on the seed starting trays. And then I have some early round Dutch cabbage. This looks like it's similar to the golden acre. It's small, compact, 5-pound heads with sweet flavor. And I'm going to try the Brussels sprouts. I've tried, and by the time my Brussels sprouts have really started growing, we got too hot, so we're going to get some of these started today. These are the Long Island Improved. Large red cherry tomatoes. You may remember I need to go ahead and start some more seeds because I lost all my tomatoes in that little high tunnel except for one black Krim. I'm going to go ahead and start some more so I can get those going. Some more Swiss chard. Shasta daisies. Love Shasta daisies. So I'm going to go ahead and try to start some of these. It says that we can start these in these little seed pods, these little seed starting trays. And so I'm excited to see if I can get some of these daisies. Are one of my favorite. And then some cilantro. Cilantro is a cool, loving plant. It tends to bolt very quickly here in Texas in the spring and the summer because we get hot so quick. Seed starting for us became revolutionized just a couple of years ago when we started using these seed trays. Now each of these trays has 72 compartments, so that's quite a bit of seeds we can get started. But guys, this just makes it very much easier to see what your germination is, how your growing is, and then you can pop these out and put them in 3-inch pots if they outgrow these little pods. And then when they're in 3-inch pots, they'll be even more hardier and have a little bit better root system to put into your garden when you're ready to do that in the spring. So this is the route we're going. Now, we always put our seed starting mix in, and then we water it down really good, and then in the trays below, we add water once we get them planted so that it continually stays moist, because in order for your seeds to germinate properly, you need to have them stay damp and moist. So I have my little sit-a-phone. It's real important, guys, to go ahead and label your trays. I'm going to go ahead and start with the red acre cabbage. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Looks like we got quite a few seeds in here, guys. So I'm just going to take my finger, poke a little hole in each of these compartments, and I think I'm going to grow 2 rows of these because we love our cabbage. And I'm going to put 1 seed in each hole because, again, guys, I want to test out the germination of these seeds. Oops. 2 went in that one. It's really hard when your fingers are wet. They like to stick to your fingers. So Greg is starting some of his hanging plant varieties today so that we can have some hanging pots by Mother's Day. We did that year before last, and they turned out absolutely gorgeous. Onesie. Okay, so I got 2 rows of these. I'm just going to gently push the soil over on these and keep planting. Now I'll show you here in a little bit. I'll do all my seeds like this for now, and then I'll update you when we get everything planted. So in one tray I went ahead and started all my cool weather plants so I can keep them together. So let's talk about what I planted. I have 2 rows here of the red acre cabbage. I have 2 rows of the Dutch early cabbage. Then I have the mustard greens. I only did 3 of those. I did 5 Brussels sprouts. I did 4 of the classic chard, which is called Fort Cat, I believe. And then I did 4 of the rainbow chard, because chard will go just about all summer long, and they make very large plants. So I'm only going to need about 4 of each. And then I did 4 of the Jacinto kale, and then I did 4 of the Utah celery to test. So this will know then, guys, how well these seeds germinate. Now I'm going to get on to my second tray. Okay, guys, it looks like we're going to be able to give these seeds a good test out. I did get quite a few planted. You can see all where I've labeled them. It's very important that I label them because I forget, and sometimes a lot of the brassicas look alike and I don't know what I have. So I did get everything labeled. I have several different cabbages. I have the Brussels sprouts, the mustard greens, several different chards, several different kales, 2 different eggplants, 3 different tomatoes, and some herbs. I have parsley, the culinary basil, the large basil. I went ahead and planted my Shasta daisies because I want to see how those do. Some Waltham broccoli, some tatsoi, and some celery. So very eager to see how these turn out. I expect to see, because we have very mild weather, it's warm. We're going to get a little bit of a cold front, but we're going to put these on the seed trays in the little high tunnel that are heated. So we expect to see some germination in the next 7 to 10 days. So it's going to be very exciting to see what these do. Now again, these seeds were an excellent value for the price, so if you hadn't gotten your seeds yet, I'm going to put the link down below. Go ahead and check them out. They have several different variety packs. They sent us the garden and the homestead, and I did already go ahead and order more seeds from them, guys. I ordered the herbal tea and the medicinal herbs. Now they have an apartment pack that is quite intriguing for those of you who live in apartments that may want to start a garden and do it in containers, or you can find you a green stalk and plant in that. I think that you'll have some pretty good success, and how exciting it is, even though that you may live in an urban area with limited space, that you can grow some of your own vegetables and some of your own herbs. So anyway, this is the best way we have found to start our seeds, guys. Again, we let these grow, and when they get a little bit bigger, we put them into a 3-inch pot, and then if necessary, we move them to a 6-inch pot. So we've had great success. It allows us to see what is germinated. It allows us to see how things are going, and it gives us better control over planting when we're going to plant in our spacing, because we can get a little bit better idea than just sticking a seed in the ground. And right now, honestly, we can't put any seeds in the ground except maybe radishes and some lettuces. So this gives us a head start, and it saves us quite a bit of money. I mean, if you go to Callaway's or Home Depot or Lowe's and you buy already started plants, you're going to pay anywhere from $3.50 up to $7 or $8, sometimes more. It'd be interesting to see what the prices are this year with inflation. So I fully expect maybe those little 3 and 4 inch plants that you can get already started are probably going to be around $4, if not more. And then if you go up to a 6-inch pot or a bigger starter tomato or something like that, it's going to probably cost you $12, $15, $16. So this is really a great way to get a jump on your garden. It's real easy to be misled with this weather right now. We are very warm. We're going to be warm, and we did look at the weather again this morning. Powell Ponder, we watch him, and we watch Weatherman Plus. We watch several of those channels. Are showing that next Tuesday and Wednesday we may have an ice spell or a snow spell, but guys, that's still over a week away. We'll see exactly how that pans out. Nevertheless, I bet we do get cold. So it's tricky weather. As much as I'd like for these to go directly into the ground, we're not ready yet. Again, March 21st is our last frost date. I'm going to argue that because we've had late frost and freezes the last 3 or 4 years. But I'm not too concerned with items that we're putting in the high tunnels, because those high tunnels, even if we get down to a frost point or a freezing point, they stay a couple of degrees warmer, and we can take action if needed. And also what I've noticed is around that same time of the year in the spring, and this is any time, but it's always coldest right before the dawn, and I'm up so early in the morning that many times it hadn't hit a frost or a freeze point when I get up and I'm able to go out there and take action with a Mr. Heater or some other way to protect them. So we are getting geared up for the spring and the summer garden. Again, we're praying that we don't have a lot of heat. We don't want that heat. We do need some rain. We are back at, we're at a very dry spell. In fact, Pop's out there watering all of our fruit trees right now. So be sure and remember to water your fruit trees if you guys are dry. Because last year we did not water our big pear tree, and we did not get any pears. And it's because we had gone through that serious drought, and I didn't even think to go out there and water them, guys. I'm thinking that they're dormant, but they still do need water. So he's out there taking care of that for us today. I'll be getting back on that 365 canning challenge tomorrow. Got lots to do. Stay tuned to see how these seeds perform, and very excited about the season coming up. It'll be here before you know it. Take care. God bless. We love you. See you soon.